Fine. So what quickly we'll start. So at point 0.5, the first frequency omega L, you will draw a dotted line at point 0.5, right? I hope all of you can hear me. At point 0.5, the slope is minus 12 dB. So you will draw a dotted line and minus 12 dB. Where it intersects with point 0.5, you will mark that point as A. Now the second is omega C1. The second frequency is omega C1. Omega C1 is 5. So at 5 radians per second, you will again draw a dotted line, straight dotted line, and then the slope at this frequency is plus 28 dB. So between 20 to 30, just close to 30, you will draw a line 28, a dotted line at 28, and where this dotted line 28 dB intersects with plus 5 dB line, plus 5 radians per second line, you will mark a point B. Now the third point is at omega C2. Omega C2 is 50. At 50 hertz, you will draw a dotted line again. You will draw a dotted line at 48, and where these two lines intersect is your point C. Now the last omega H is at 100. At 100, you will draw a dotted line, straight line. And again, the slope at 100 is 48 dB. The magnitude at 100 is 48 dB. So the magnitude, you will draw 48 dB again. So you see, you will get a point D. So you have marked A, B, C, D, all the 4 points. Now, one more point to be noted here is in log scale, point 1, almost 50% of the area is covered when you come to point 2, point 3, point 4, point 5 is close to 1. If you have semi-log graph paper, you can draw in that. Otherwise, you can mark in plain sheet. Remember, this 0.5 should not be marked at mid value, because you know how the division of points happens in semi-log graph sheet. After 0.5, 0.6, 0.7, 0.8, 0.9 is close to 1. Similarly, from 1 to 10, the middle point is 5, which is covers almost 70% of this area, not at the mid, but at the 3/4 portion. And again, from 10 to 100, 50 will be close to 100. This you have already studied in your previous semesters, just a revision. Okay, so you will first corner frequency, you will mark the magnitude, you will mark point A, first WL, the second WC1 is 5, you will mark the magnitude 28 dB, you will mark point B. Omega C2 is 50, you will mark the magnitude is 48, you mark point C, and omega H is 100, you will mark it at magnitude again 48 dB. You got A, B, C, D, 4 points. Now you, with the help of ruler, you will join A and B. No issues if this line gets extended, no issues. You see that when you join point A and B with the help of ruler, you see that the frequency here is 0.5 and the frequency here is 5. When you change the frequency from 0.5 to 5, that means when the frequency is 10 times increased, 1 decade, the rate of change of slope is how much? 28. How much it is? 28 minus 12. How much it becomes? 40. Right? So it becomes 40 dB per decade. Is that clear? Is that clear, everyone? Respond.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now you join from, it is very much important to write, to mark the points, join the points, mark the slope. If you forget to write the slope, your marks will be deducted. Right. B and C. Then you will join points B and C. You know the frequency at B is 5 and the frequency at C is 50. When the frequency is changed 10 times, 1 decade, what is the change in magnitude? The magnitude changes from 28 to 48. It changes by 20 dB. So the magnitude changes by 20 dB per decade. From C to D, there is no change in magnitude. It is 0 dB per decade. That's all. This completes your magnitude plot. Any doubts in magnitude plot? Okay. Magnitude plot. Is that clear? Please respond, everyone. Chandramohan, Anand.
Clear,
Clear,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Understood. Now you have to draw it once. You forget the phase plot. Don't focus on phase plot. This I'll be teaching you in next class. All of you, it's my request to you, all of you, to draw Bode plot and post your plot in Google Classroom. I will consider wherever possible, I'll consider to appreciate you, to consider marks for you if you follow my instructions and post your screenshots in Google Classroom. Also, I'll give positive feedback to all other teachers. And obviously learning will be for you only, for your side. So quick with this, I don't want to extend my class. Phase plot we will do in next class. So if you have, quickly we'll see the steps. If you have any issues in the steps, you let me know. I'll be posting these notes in Google Classroom right now. So you can see my notes, refer to my notes and do it. See, first you will write, replace S by J omega. Then you will find corner frequencies. You will choose two frequencies, omega L and omega H. One is less than omega C1, other is greater than omega C2. Then you will find slope determination. You will write all the terms given in transfer function. You will find corner frequencies for first order poles or zeros. You will write slope for these terms. Then you will write change in slope. Then calculate magnitude. You have to calculate magnitude at all the four frequencies, omega L, omega C1, omega C2, omega H. There is a formula to calculate magnitude. You have to just substitute the values in the formula. For omega L and omega C1, the formulas are these two formulas. For omega C2 and omega H, I have written the formula. Just substitute the values. Let these points be A, B, C, D corresponding to omega L, omega C1, omega C2, omega H. If there are more frequencies, you can extend the points. Join the points by straight lines, draw the plot, mark the slope, magnitude plot is obtained. With this, I'll end my session. Okay. Thank you all of you.